Hello, thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be choosing a vintage recipe at random and making it. Here's how this works. I have a little bowl here with pieces of paper that have vintage recipes printed on them. These recipes come from 3 cookbooks. We have the Betty Crocker Picture Cookbook, we have the Campbell's Great Restaurants Cookbook, and we have a 1979 printing of the Better Homes and Gardens New Home Cookbook. So I'm going to choose one of these pieces of paper and make that recipe. Let's get started. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What have we got? Better Homes and Gardens Macaroni and Cheese. Awesome. That's a winner, I think. Fingers crossed. So let's find that in the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook and figure out what we're going to need to make it. Okay, I don't know what category that would be under. Oh, but this one's alphabetic. We're going to go down to macaroni and cheese, page 208. Macaroni and cheese, it's another one of these recipes where they don't have the ingredients listed and then the process. You just have to read through the recipe and extract the ingredients. Not my favorite. We need 1.5 cups of elbow macaroni, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, salt, pepper, 2 cups of milk, 1/4 cup of finely chopped onion, and 8 ounces of sharp processed American cheese. So that is Velveeta. Okay, interesting. It's having you slice tomatoes and put them on top of it, which I've never heard of. In some ways, it seems very similar to what I'm used to, and in some ways, it's very different than what I'm used to with the mac and cheese, which I guess is ideal. That's the point of doing random recipes. It's not something I would have chosen on my own, but I'm going to push my boundaries a little bit and try baked mac and cheese with slices of tomato on top. Okay, from the grocery store, I'm going to need elbow macaroni, Velveeta. I need to get another onion and a couple of tomatoes to slice on top. Seems very straightforward though, so let's head to the grocery store, pick up what we need, and we'll come back and get to cooking. I am not sure how I feel about mac and cheese made with only Velveeta. I want more different cheeses in there if it was my own decision, but we'll give it a try. It's definitely got the advantage of being simple. So I'm gonna go and get some Velveeta for the first time in many years. We're back from the grocery store. It's time to get started making this Better Homes and Gardens mac and cheese from 1979. I think 1 tomato, 1 big fat tomato should be enough to top this with. Got some elbow macaroni and Velveeta cheese. So this is 2 pounds. So for 8 ounces, I'm just gonna need 1/4 of this. I also picked up some more milk. I'm also going to need flour, butter, salt, pepper, onion. I forgot onion. We're going to have to live without the onion. I forgot to get it. I'm going to slice up this tomato while I'm over here. Then we're going to move back to the stove to start cooking the sauce. I need to preheat the oven to 350 first. I'm doing fairly thick, like 1/4 inch slices. We're also going to need to start the macaroni boiling. I probably should have already done that. It's going to be 1.5 cups of elbow noodles, and I put my pasta straight into this cold water and then start boiling it. I know lots of people like to bring the water to a boil first and then put the noodles in. I just skip that step. Okay, now we're taking 3 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna get that melting. We've got 2 tablespoons of flour going into that, some salt and black pepper, and then we're whisking in 2 cups of milk. While we're waiting for that white sauce to boil, I'm going to cut the Velveeta off the block real quick. So it's a 2-pound block. I need 8 ounces of it. So that's going to be 1/4 of the block. 1 pound, 16 ounces, 1/2 pound, 8 ounces. Once this comes to a boil, it's going to start thickening up. And I'm going to move this to a smaller burner and let it cook at low heat until the noodles are ready. The noodles are done. I cooked them just a little bit less than all the way because they're going in the oven. I'm going to take this sauce and melt in the cheese. Now we're just going to combine the noodles and the sauce. Let's do that in the bigger pan. Now we're just going to take that and pour it into the casserole dish. And then we want to Arrange tomato slices across the top. Maybe not the cutest, but it doesn't look terrible. Then I'm going to sprinkle salt over those tomatoes. Maybe just a little bit more black pepper. Okay, into the oven this goes for 35 to 40 minutes. Macaroni and cheese time. Macaroni and cheese time. I don't know how I feel about the tomatoes. All right, got the tomatoes, you got the plasticky cheese film on top. This looks like baked mac and cheese with tomatoes on top. There is definitely a little bit of a plasticky Velveeta cheese look to the sauce. Like I said before, my preference would be to use better quality cheeses like a cheddar, a Monterey Jack, even a Munster. But this recipe called for Velveeta, so Velveeta it is. Let's give this a try here. It's actually a lot thicker than I was expecting. The baking firmed it up a bit. I'm gonna go in and try a bite with the tomato. I'm really happy with this. It's very creamy, very cheesy. It's what you want from a mac and cheese, and I think the additional step of baking it in the oven was a great idea. I actually really like the addition of the tomatoes to it. I might in the future use more tomatoes and layer them, like a layer of mac and cheese, a layer of tomatoes, add a few more layers of tomatoes in it to give it a little bit more oomph. So this is a great weeknight mac and cheese. This isn't what you're gonna bring to the family reunion. If you brought this, people would be looking at you sideways. But if you're going to make it on a Tuesday night, this is a great mac and cheese for that when you don't want to spend a lot of money. I figured out the cost of this. So the elbow macaroni noodles was $3.49 for that box. I used about a sixth of it. So that comes to 58 cents worth of noodles. The Velveeta cheese was $5.49 for 2 pounds. I used 8 ounces or half a pound. So that's 1/4. And that comes to $1.37. Then I used 2 cups of milk. It was $6.49 for the half gallon of milk I bought, and that came to $1.62 worth of milk in this. Now, I went for the very expensive milk. There are some things in the world that I'm not very fussy about, but milk is one of the things I am. Cheap milk is just gross to me. A really good quality, grass-fed, pasture-raised, organic milk is worlds above anything else. Anyways, that's a little bit of a tangent. Oh, also, it was about 70 cents for the tomato. So the pasta, cheese, and milk come to $3.50. Add 70 cents for a tomato, so you've got $4.27. Add another 50 or so cents for like the butter, flour, salt, and you come in just under $5 for quite a bit of food, actually. The Velveeta isn't the greatest cheese in the world, but it saves you a lot of money. Combine this with a $5 rotisserie chicken, and I think any family would be happy to have this on a weeknight and feel like they got a really good meal. I'd be curious to know if anybody else ever makes mac and cheese like this with the Velveeta or with the tomatoes on top like that. I'd never heard of the tomatoes before. If you make mac and cheese like this, let me know down below. If you have liked this video, please give it a like. That helps more than you can know. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the future. Why are you laying on my apron? I'm gonna have to wash that now. Get off my apron, ma'am. Okay. I'll wait till you decide to move on your own, I guess.